I wanted to share with you something we do as a family before Christmas as a kind of Advent leading up to Christmas Day is under the Christmas tree, I put out a whole pile of Christmas stories. And every night they get to go to the Christmas tree and pick a Christmas book, and then we read it together as a family. Now, my family, we read together every night anyway, but if you don't do that, this is a great way to start reading aloud with your kids, because reading aloud to your kids is a great way to bond with them and help them with their reading, and it's something that they love to do. And snuggling up before bed with a story is one of the best things you can possibly do as a family. Now, I wanted to share with you some of my favorite books from under our Christmas tree. I'm about to go put them under the Christmas tree right after I record this video. So I wanted to share them with you first. This one is The Spider Who Saved Christmas, and it is about after Jesus is born, when they're running away from the Roman soldiers, and a spider saves Jesus by disguising the cave that they're in. And it is a very cool adventure. This is a new one this year. I haven't read it to my kids yet, but I know they're gonna love it. Here's another one, Long Ago on a Silent Night. Now this is a very sweet bedtime story, especially for babies. It compares a mom and a new baby now to Mary and her new baby Jesus throughout the story, and it's beautiful pictures and beautiful words. I love this one. Here's one that's fun for all of the Frozen fans out there. This is Olaf's Night Before Christmas, and this is a fun story, a play on the night before Christmas, obviously, but if you love Frozen and Olaf, then your family will love this one. And here's the one it goes with, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. This one is illustrated by Mark Marshall, and it's a scholastic one. And it's just the regular words of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, but it has fun pictures, and your kids will probably love this one too. All right, you want some counting books? Here, this one is called Stable in Bethlehem, and it's a Christmas counting book. And it goes through the stable and you count the different cows and donkeys and shepherds, etc. So it's great when your kids are learning how to count. There's another counting book, The 12 Days of Christmas. And this is a funny one because the pictures are funny, and the poor partridge in the pear tree was by himself, and then the others started coming until it was a cacophony, and the poor partridge in the pear tree is just beside himself by the end with all the noise and all of the craziness. But this is a fun one for counting as well, and lots of funny pictures. Here's one called The Shepherd. It's based on the Chosen episode with the shepherds and baby Jesus. But this was written for kids, and it's so sweet. It's a story about a shepherd who was not wanted, but then Jesus came and he got to be there for when Jesus was born, and it was a very touching story. This is a longer one. It's called The Crippled Lamb. It's similar to the last one we talked about. And this one is a story about a lamb who was there when Jesus was born. This one has more words, so maybe for an older child, they might like that one more. Maybe a 5 to 8 year old, or even older than that, would like this one more than a younger child. It would be too long for like a 3 to 5 year old. But The Little Blue Truck's Christmas would be perfect for a 3 to 5 year old. This one is Little Blue Truck is taking all the Christmas trees to all his friends, and at the very end there's a Christmas tree surprise. It lights up, and it's a fun story for those little truck lovers out there. Also for truck lovers, construction site on Christmas night. Now, if you like Goodnight Construction Site or any of the series of books, this one is perfect. All the trucks are doing their thing, building a Merry Christmas for the fire station is what they're working on. But it is cute and perfect for those truck lovers out there. Now here's some nice family stories. A homemade together Christmas. Now this one is the family decides to all make gifts for Christmas, and one of the kids can't think of what to make until the very end, which he figures it out, and they all share their gifts with each other. It's a wonderful family story. This is also about giving gifts at Christmas, just right for Christmas. And it talks about how the king made a dress for his daughter, but there was extra fabric. And then the next person made something for their loved one, and then there was extra fabric. It goes through, all these people get smaller and smaller and smaller, but everyone makes something that's just right for Christmas to give to someone they love. Peter Spire's Christmas. This is a wordless Christmas story, but it's just pictures, and it goes through all the things we do at Christmas. The decorating, the shopping, going to church on Christmas Eve, and there's the Christmas star, then in the morning and the day of Christmas, unwrapping the presents, and then all the mess that's left afterwards, etc. But anyway, it's really fun to look at all the pictures and get into the holiday spirit with that book. Here's another one, Margaret Wise Brown on Christmas Eve. And this is some kids who are waiting for Christmas and they just can't sleep, and they all sneak down into the living room and find that there are presents there waiting. And then they sneak back into bed and wait until Christmas morning to open those presents. Now here's some that are not Christmas, but they are winter stories, and they're also great for under the Christmas tree for your Advent. The Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats. Obviously a classic, The Adventures of Playing in the Snow. And then here's another winter one, Robert Frost Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. And this one has illustrations by Susan Jeffers. And what I love about this one is you can find hidden animals in the pictures. They're very simply colored. They don't have much color because it's snow everywhere. But he stops and he's feeding the animals in the forest. And you can find the animals because they're kind of blending in. But there's animals hiding in the different pictures, and kids love that. And obviously it's a beautiful poem, and this will just add to your Christmas. Obviously there's some classics that I've skipped. Let's see some of them. The Polar Express, of course. I love this story. And I love it way better than the movie, so you should read the book to your kids, because I'm sure they're going to watch the Polar Express during the Christmas season. And the story in the book is just, it makes me cry every time. I try not to, but on the last page I always want to cry because he still believes. And I love this book. Here is another one to try, Jacob's Gift. Now this is the story of a boy who's a carpenter, and he wants to build something important, and he just doesn't think he's ever going to be able to do it. And he ends up building the manger where Jesus is laid after he's born, and it's just a really beautiful story. This is also longer, so this is for older kids, but it's really great. So there's a mix of older kid books and younger kid books under our Christmas tree, because I have them both. And we all love to snuggle up and read our Christmas stories together, old or young. Here's one that has beautiful pictures, The Very First Christmas, and it's the classical Christmas story, but it's also told from a mom telling her son about Christmas. And so she's reading some Bible parts, and so it has beautiful images of Mary and Joseph and their journey, but it also explains things a little more for kids who may not understand exactly this old-fashioned story, what it's all about. But obviously it has beautiful pictures throughout. Now this one, you can see how many words there are. This is a long one too, but it's a great addition for your Christmas for your older kids to get into the story more. Just a Snowman by Mercer Meyer. And I love all the little critter books. They're some of my absolute favorites. I would read these a lot in our preschool class when I was a preschool teacher. And so this is a fun one where he's building a snowman. It's great to find these no matter what topic. There's a little critter story about it. But here's a winter one for you, Just a Snowman. This one usually gets picked more than one night on under our Christmas tree, Snowmen at Night. So what does a snowman do at night that when he gets up in the morning, he's all melted and yucky looking? This answers that question, and you get to see all the adventures that the snowmen are having while everyone's asleep. So this is a really fun winter book, and there are also hidden pictures in this one too. So little eyes and ears are very interested in this book because you can see the funny snowman and you can search for the hidden pictures when you're a little bit older. All right, here's another one, Rabbit's Gift. Now this one is based on a folk tale, and it's not really a Christmas story either, but it works for Christmas because it's about giving and being generous, and it's about snow and Christmas. So Rabbit has extra, and so he thinks, oh, I have a friend who could use this extra. And they end up all passing the extra on to somebody else until it goes back to the first person again, and they all share it together in the end. But it shows that we can all find someone to help during this Christmas season. And a funny one, there was a cold lady who swallowed some snow. Now there's a whole series of these books too, but this one, she swallows some snow and out pops a snowman in the end. But she swallows all the ingredients for a snowman, and it's fun for the kids to guess what on earth is going to happen with all of these things that she swallowed. A Very Merry Christmas with Winnie the Pooh. I love this one too. Classic Pooh Bear, and he wants to have a Christmas party. He forgets to do anything to prepare for his Christmas party, so all his friends help him. And in the end, they're so tired that they sleep through the Christmas party, but they're together and they had a fun day together. If you want to have a Christmas book tradition at your house, all you need is to start collecting Christmas stories. You can find them at used bookstores. You can find them obviously at any bookstore. And probably you can find them at your mom's house or any number of places, because there's so many Christmas books out there. But all you need is some Christmas books. Set them under the Christmas tree or by the fireplace or wherever you want to read, and read a Christmas story every night, and just see if that works for your family, because it's so fun and it's one of the things that I never want to stop doing at Christmas. Our stories may end up getting longer. They might end up being a chapter book that we read together or something as my children get older, but currently I have a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old, and we love Christmas stories together. So I hope this is something that your family would love to do too. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas. Bye.